You are staring at this screen right now, completely confident in your own intelligence. But biologically, your brain is shrinking. It is 10% smaller than a brain from 20,000 years ago. That is a tennis ball-sized chunk of gray matter, completely gone. For 99% of human history, your ancestors needed that extra brain power just to survive the night. So, why did our brains shrink the moment our lives became comfortable? Touch your forehead. Underneath that smooth bone is a cerebral cortex shaped by modern comfort. Your ancestors' foreheads were broader. Their skulls held about 1,500 cubic centimeters of brain tissue. Your brain averages only 1,350. That is a loss of a tennis ball-sized chunk of brain. Does this mean you are stupider than a cro-magnon? Anthropologists like Dr. John Hawkes have spent decades measuring these fossilized changes. Dr. Hawkes mapped skull capacities across Europe, Asia, and Africa. The results were clear. Wherever humans settled down into farming, their brains began to shrink. This shrinkage occurred globally. It happened in an evolutionary blink of an eye. What changed 20,000 years ago? The last ice age was ending. The megafauna were dying out. You stopped hunting giant beasts in coordinated packs. You started planting seeds. You built permanent villages. Suddenly, the environment stopped trying to kill you every second. Did comfort make us soft? In the wild, every single human had to be a genius. You had to know hundreds of plant species. You had to track animals through subtle scent changes. You had to navigate thousands of miles without a map. If you made one bad decision, you died. Nature was a brutal teacher. It selected only the sharpest minds. Once you settled into society, things changed. You no longer had to know everything. The division of labor was born. The blacksmith made the tools. The farmer grew the grain. The soldier protected the wall. You could survive even if you were mediocre. Did society act as a safety net for smaller brains? Dr. Bruce Hood, author of The Domesticated Brain, proposes a fascinating theory. He argues that humans underwent self-domestication. Think about dogs. A dog's brain is significantly smaller than a wolf's. A pig's brain is smaller than a wild boar's. When animals are domesticated, they lose their wild edge. They become less aggressive. They become more cooperative. Their brains shrink because they no longer need complex survival wiring. Did we domesticate ourselves? To live in large groups, you had to change. High aggression was a death sentence in a village. You had to cooperate. You had to tolerate others. The aggressive genes were weeded out. Along with aggression, we lost brain mass. Dr. Christopher Stringer has studied this transition closely. He notes that cro-magnon skulls show massive brow ridges. These features are associated with high testosterone. Modern human faces are flatter. Our bones are lighter. Our brains are smaller. We are essentially the gentle, domesticated version of our ancestors. Is this a bad thing? A smaller brain does not mean lower intelligence. It means a reorganized brain. Your brain is more efficient. Think of a computer. A modern smartphone is tiny compared to a computer from the 1960s. Yet it is infinitely more powerful. Your brain may have streamlined its neural pathways. It pruned unnecessary survival circuits. It optimized for social intelligence. You became a node in a collective network. Today, you outsource your memory. You do not need to remember how to build fire. You do not need to know which berries are poisonous. Google remembers for you. Wikipedia stores your history. Your phone holds your maps. You are part of a giant superorganism. But this outsourcing has a cost. What happens when the network fails? You feel anxious. You feel lost. You are helpless without your digital brain. The modern world is designed to make things easy. Algorithmic feeds spoon-feed you content. Food is delivered to your door. GPS guides your steps. Your brain is lazy by design. It consumes 20% of your energy. If it can save energy, it will. Are we letting our brains shrink even further? Studies show that spatial navigation skills are declining. Since the rise of GPS, our hippocampus is less active. We are letting our internal maps wither away. We are trading capability for convenience. This is the ultimate modern paradox. We have more collective knowledge than ever before. Yet, as individuals, we are less capable. Your ancestor was a generalist. You are a hyperspecialist. If society collapsed today, could you survive? You would struggle to find clean water. You would not know how to skin an animal. You would freeze in the winter. This is the evolutionary bargain you made. You traded individual size for collective power. You traded raw survival skills for comfort. But do not forget your nature. Your brain is a muscle. It adapts to what you demand of it. If you demand only passive scrolling, it will prune. If you demand active learning, it will grow. Challenge your mind. Read a difficult book. Learn to navigate without your phone. Build something with your hands. Force your brain to fire in new patterns. Do not let domestication turn into decay. Your ancestors gave you a powerful tool. It is smaller now, yes, but it is still capable of understanding the universe. You are the result of millions of years of survival. Every cell in your body remembers the wild. Do not let that legacy fade. Wake up your sleeping synapses. Step outside your comfort zone. Embrace the discomfort of learning. The industry wants you comfortable and weak. It wants you passive. It wants you dependent. Break the loop. Think for yourself. Walk a new path today. Look at your hands. They are built to shape the world. Look at your reflection. You carry the genes of survivors. They survive the cold. They survive the hunger. They pass the torch to you. Do not let it burn out in passive consumption. Keep your mind sharp. Keep your body moving. Reclaim your ancestral strength. The modern world is a temporary blip. The wild is our permanent home. You are a domestic ape, but the forest is still in your blood. Next time you look at a screen, remember what you lost. Remember who you are. You are staring at this screen right now.